All right. So thanks for hopping on, guys. I wish there was more people on because I really do want everyone to at least go through this. So um, basically, I am not trying to cause any more confusion because I know there's been a lot of like Anne changed her team page and then she moved it to band, which I thought was kind of confusing because she moved it to the team page and then she moved it to band. And I know Julie's been pretty much MIA off of 2% page for a while now. And she's been on Telegram. But I had actually been thinking about doing this since last fall. We have like 1,500 people in Dream Seekers, and we probably have about 40 people that actually work their business, 40 or 50, I would say. And so part of why I decided to change team pages, one was for that, because I feel like the Facebook algorithm, when people aren't engaged and commenting and they're just not even seeing posts because of the Facebook algorithm. And I just kind of feel like I've been working my personal business since probably October. I've kind of been just doing my thing, working my personal business, and I'm kind of looking at it as a fresh start. So that's the other reason. I mean, Dream Seekers 0.0 has been around since I started in 25th. I don't even know, 26. I don't even know. When did I start? 2015. And so I just thought, let's start fresh. I put a bunch of guides in there, and I know we had guides in Dream Seekers too, and I copied a lot of them over, but I didn't feel like things were getting utilized. And my whole thing with direct sales, I really do feel like it's very duplication is super important. And if people are just adding people to the team page and they're not like getting engaged into like the resources we have, I feel like they're not getting the full potential of the team page. And so my hope is by starting a fresh page that anyone that gets added to that page, and I'm not saying in order to be on the team page, you have to be working your business and you have to onboard, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is if you're not willing to onboard them, then I'm going to, because this is my business and I want my business to grow and to be successful. So I've kind of just put it as a stopping point that when they get added to the team page, that if they answer no to that question, that is my key, that I need to reach out to that person and onboard them basically. I just feel like I just don't feel like I did a good job of duplicating. I didn't do a good job of duplicating to everyone else. I think when we first started, we grew so fast that it was almost impossible. And then by the time things started slowing down with growth, I feel like we had bad habits. So that's the other reason why I just thought, you know what, this will be a good way for me to kind of take the reins back in and support the people that want the support, when they get started. And if they don't want to be onboarded, they don't want to be onboarded. But I'm just saying, I want to be able to give them at least that opportunity. So that's the other piece that I'm trying to get out of doing a new team page. So the other thing is we have an amazing SED. We have a couple amazing SEDs. Julie's amazing. Anne is amazing as well. And they are both really have been doing a lot of team trainings. I know Julie's actually been doing, I know most of you don't even know this, but in Telegram, she was doing quite a few team trainings. And I feel like a lot of them got missed because not all of us were on there. And Anne now, with her new team page on Band, she's been doing weekly opportunity calls and also weekly team calls, which is training. So instead of me reinventing the wheel and like, I know there was a point in time where I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do team calls every week. I'm going to try to, do team calls every month. I'm going to try to, and it got overwhelming for me. And so I think just by utilizing Anne with her resources, she has directors under her that are doing calls with her. And she, I think there's no reason we need to reinvent the wheel. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to pop on every once in a while. I mean, I haven't in a long time, but to do trainings or things like that, or things that are working for me that, I might share. But I think as far as like a schedule goes, a team schedule, we're just going to follow Anne's team schedule for now, because she has a really great team schedule. I mean, every week you guys have prospects, you can get them on an opportunity call. Every week she does a team call, and then she actually posts the recording as well. So I'm going to try to grab as much as I can from Band, because I don't like Band. I don't like Band, and I don't like Telegram. I don't feel like they're very user friendly from a team page standpoint. So I don't know. I'm indifferent. Like, obviously you guys can join it if you want to, if like I encourage you to. I'm going to try to grab as much as I can from there, like if it's important, but I'm human and I work a full-time job. I'm going to miss stuff, guaranteed. So I guess my point is, like, if you want to join Band or Telegram or both, feel free. I think I put the links in the new team page. So I'm going to show you guys around the new team page a little bit as well. I am going to try to, and I did post in the events in Dream Seekers 2.0, there's in the events tab, every single, the schedule's in there, and schedule, like the Thursday opportunity calls and the Saturday training calls that she does. So those are in there as well. So that's kind of just my little intro. I know, do you guys have questions on anything, or comments or observations, or how do you feel about it? I know it feels weird, especially for some of us that have been like doing this with me for so long, that like to get rid of that page, it kind of feels weird. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to be archived. So you can always reference things back in there if you need to, but the page feels dead to me. And I want to start fresh, and I want those of us that are working our business to be able to have a place to be engaged and be able to see the posts again if the algorithm is messing things up, because 1,500 people in a page and only 30, 40 people like actually engaged is not, I think it makes the algorithm messed up. So anyway, any comments or questions about any of that before I share my screen and show you guys a little bit of the page? No? All right, cool. Maybe this won't take very long. Okay, and then I'm going to also show you guys the coolest app. It's called Boards. I'm going to show that to you as part of this today, because I created some, they're called Boards, and I'm going to, and I'm sharing them with you all. And that's why I asked that question in Dream Seekers, like, what are the things that you guys feel like you're constantly like, oh shoot, I need to go grab that off, in my pictures, or I need to go grab, where's that image at? Like I don't know about you guys, but I have notes with verbiage. I have pictures saved to my favorites that I always refer back to. So I'm going to show you guys the coolest thing ever. And then I'm going to share with you what I've already created so that we don't have to duplicate the wheels. And then you can add to it other things that you need in it. But so I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I'm super excited to share that with you guys. I think it's going to be a super big time saver and helper for you guys. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Tell me if you guys can see it. Okay. Can you see my, okay, all this nodding?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so there's only just a few things I just really wanted to, actually, I have a hard time. Okay, so this is Dream Seekers 2.0. I didn't want to change the name too much because I know we're so used to like going to the page and searching Dream Seekers and it pulling up. So Dream Seekers 2.0, community recognition, learning, and announcements. That's kind of the whole basis, like just really more for community recognition, announcements. There'll be some learning in here, but I really, like I said before, I really think the majority of our learning is going to be through Ann Fisher's page. The about basically just shows it's for market partners only. So, and then it talks a little bit about the guides tab. That's where I'm going to spend majority of the time. The guides tab at the top, as well as the events. Like I said before, I have put for the whole year. So every day through the end of the year, I'm going to try to, I'm hoping Ann doesn't change any of them. I'll try to keep track of that if I can, but her weekly team huddles and her weekly Zoom opportunity calls are in here with the links. So you can always have access to those. I put them in my calendar because then it gives me a pop-up reminder in my calendar. So, but do whatever you guys need to with that. The guides tab, this is where I think, as far as when you sign on a new market partner, I think the best thing to do is to show them the guides tab, because new market partners can start right at the very beginning. And really, if they start from the beginning and start at the top, that they're going to go through. And like I said, a lot of this has been copied over from Dream Seekers, but I've made updates to things. If you see anything that looks off, let me know. But there are just a couple cheat sheets in here, as well as just some basic information about the team schedule and that kind of thing with links. So I did the 8 p.m. Meet Money opportunity call. See the events tab in this group. Saturdays is Anne's call. I put it in here as well. So that's number one on the guides. For new market partners. Guide number 2 is getting started. And this has some just welcome video from me. I'm going to be updating this onboarding one because it needs to be refreshed. But the rest of these I watched all of them again and the rest of them seemed appropriate. So I'm going to keep them here. So that's number 2 that they would go through. Number 3, this is just a market partner study guide cheat sheet. And I think it's pretty amazing. I don't even know where I got it from. I think someone had created it, but I did go through it and update it based on some new stuff. Like there's pretty much everything in here. If you haven't seen this yet, you guys, I highly recommend that your new market partners look at it. It talks about blocks. It talks about Smart Start. It talks about the resource library. It talks a little bit about career titles, how we're paid on commission, volume, different levels, flash sales, what the difference between a flash sale versus a flagship is. It really gives them a lot of information. So it's a good, like basically what it's called. It's a good cheat sheet for that. Then there's just a video in here that Sarah Hill did a training on how to get started strong. I thought that was a really good training. So I put that in here as well for them to kind of get pumped up at the beginning when they're first starting. And then the last one is the boards app. I'm going to show it to you now since that's the point we're at. But basically, I'm going to show you I'm going to share my phone and show you exactly what it does, but I'm going to tell you what it does first. There's a YouTube training I found. It was like 5 minutes long. You can watch that if you want to. There's an FAQ page as well. And then you can also download boards on your desktop. So I have it on my desktop as well, so that if I'm messaging people on my computer, I can just use it from there as well. So I've created what it is basically. It's hard to explain without just showing you. I'm going to show you. So first of all, I've created scripts in this app. I've created our FDA, FTC disclosures. I've put prospecting videos. I've done the 3 ways to get started, determining samples, FAQs for market partners, for VIPs, and also hashtags. So I'm going to show you my screen and then I can explain to you a little bit better about what it is. So I'm going to show my iPhone. Okay. Can you guys, okay. Can you see my iPhone? Yes. Okay. So my boards app is here. So let's say I'm going to use you as an example. Let's say Pam is a new prospect and she just asked me about being a VIP customer. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. I lost my screen. Okay. She just asked me about being a VIP customer. So can you guys see this little world looking thing down at the bottom here? Once you've
Yes.
gone through like the little training of boards, it'll tell you like how to download it and how to do it. It's very simple, very, very simple. But this button right here opens up the boards app for me. It's like another, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I now have my boards app open. Pam wanted to know about being a VIP customer. So I have this little question mark here is where I have all my VIP information. Let's say she was curious about what a FlexShip is. I'm going to click on this and it copied it. And now I'm going to click in here and I'm going to paste. I'm going to send it to her. Let's say she said, well, can you tell me like the 3 ways to purchase Monat? And I'm going to say, yeah, I can tell you the 3 ways to purchase Monat. I'm going to give her all 3 ways. So I click on that. It literally, when I clicked on it, it put the, oops. Literally when I clicked on that, it put the entire, what I have in there. And I didn't have to do anything. So I created all those, all these different options with my verbiage or whatever, you know. So I created it and you could create more if you want to. So let's say you have something you always say to someone, you could create that and put it in here. And then when you're messaging with people, all you do is click this little world sign. You find, I put FDA disclosures under this little folder here. So if I want to do my FDA disclosure, sorry, Pam, you're getting a bunch of messages from me. I just clicked on I clicked this and it copied it and pasted it right where I was. I want to go to scripts. I want to do relationship building. I'm going to add this one. I would have to, for this one in particular, I'd have to like add, you know, change the name there, blah, blah, blah. But it's basically the whole thing's in there. If I wanted to do other scripts like what is Monat? Anyway, you get the point, right? I mean, I think it's game changing. Like I've been using it when I've been talking to people about products. I have videos in here, so you could add more prospecting videos if you want. But if I've asked someone to watch a video, all I do is click on that. It automatically, right when I clicked on that, it put the link in there, click send. I mean, that's literally how simple it is. It's like, it's my new favorite thing. So I have, I just created one that Wardy was asking about today. Threshold by country. I just copied that one. And now I'm going to click in here. Images and stuff, I think you actually have to paste them. So it copies it and then you just click where you're going to go and it pastes it. But she was asking like the different VIP thresholds per country. So I put that in there. I have a purchase plus grid. I have a lot of the things that you guys had asked for, like this one here is how to change your FlexShip. So you could send that to a VIP customer if they're asking how to change their FlexShip. I have the price list in here. So I know people refer back to that. Pam, I know you've even messaged me like when you don't have good cell phone service. Hey, do you mind just looking up this price for me real quick? So this is the price list is in here as well. I don't know, trying to think of what else is in here that you guys might like. And then I think I have some personal stuff. This is my personal stuff. So I have my own personal links that I'm not sharing with you guys, but this is like my hair care sample form. I have my personal beauty quiz in here, that kind of thing that I can just copy and put over. So that's what it is. So if you guys want to download it and use my boards that I've created already, I have opened them all up to share basically with you guys. So that's what this is here. These links here, once you download the boards app to your phone, you can click these links and download that board to your boards app, and then you can use it. And you'll have exactly what I just showed you. And then you can add your own stuff too. So I don't know. Does anyone think that's cool? Or am I just geeky? What I liked about it is because my notes are a freaking train wreck. And it's hard to organize notes. And I also like the fact that, so it's very organized and very, it's sectioned off how I've sectioned it here. And then it's just way easier to find stuff and to copy paste and that kind of thing. So I thought it was cool. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
I think it's very cool. Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're doing that in Facebook, but will that pop up in Instagram and
Yep.
TikTok?
TikTok.
Everywhere?
Well, yeah, but remember TikTok, you could send verbiage in TikTok, but you can't send links and you can't send pictures, but yes, it will work, and it works anywhere. It works in your text messages. Okay. Like I could go into my text and try to text you and pull up that particular little world looking thing. And I could do the same thing right in my text.
Or if you're in an email, or you can send it an email too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Anywhere you are, it's on your keyboard. It now is one of your keyboards, basically.
Keyboard. Okay.
Yeah. It's a keyboard shortcut.
Okay. No, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a huge time saver, and just with typing stuff out, obviously, but also just finding stuff, because I find it I'll have to search keywords on my notes to try to find things, and then 5 things will come up and I'm like, which one did I want to use? So it's just been a lot easier for saving time. So yep. All right. So that is that. And then, so that's guide 1. Guide 1 is really for new market partners. So I would just say, I think it's very important for us to be duplicatable. And I think if we have a system with our guides in our team page, I think we should really try to use them. I just feel like a lot of people get kind of lost with information. And I think if they have guide 1, guide 2, guide 3 that they can go through and learn, because there's, market partner activity. I mean, I really feel like everything they need to know as a market partner to get started strong is in these guides. I mean, what they should be doing during flash sales, what they should be, daily activities to keep your business in motion, what to do when there's a flash sale. So I think if we can get people utilizing the guides, and especially when they first start, to get them started, I think it will help with duplication. And obviously that's where success comes into play. People are trying and doing their own thing. And I feel like you run into roadblocks that way. So, so guide 2 is just market partners suggested IPAs for success, and then guide 3 is prospecting. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the prospecting one. Anne, are any of you on her band app team page?
I downloaded it, but I don't think I ever connected with her. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I look at Band and Telegram a lot like Messenger, and Messenger makes me have a heart attack kind of sometimes when there's a group message, because it's like a big group message is what it is. Band is a little better because I think you can organize files and things like that. But she did a training on prospecting and kind of a prospecting, what's the word? Prospecting, a way to prospect, basically, kind of like how she's now training all of her new people how to prospect. And so that training is in guide 3 here. And then she has a couple things like a supply list to buy. I put that in here as well. It's basically like a binder. She has it's a certain system. And honestly, I went through the training, but I haven't purchased the supply list yet. I haven't gotten very far with it yet. But I put it in here because I think when someone first starts, I think they get through their warm market. and then they don't know what to do after that, because now I've gone through all the people I know, and now what do I do? Well, I'm going to be completely honest. If you're not an influential person and you're not an influencer, you're going to have to prospect. I mean, I've even gotten more people reaching out to me on TikTok, but I still need to prospect. Like, it's just part of what we have to do as network marketers. And so she has a 90-day supply list, a 14-day, a tracker, and then another tracker, and then a yearly tracker as well. So I put those in there as well, just because I think if you have someone that's struggling on finding people, I think them going through this little training and then implementing this system would probably be helpful for them. And then I also put in some of those trainings that I had done. I don't know, it was probably October, November, after I first started learning more about Reels and TikTok. It's just about helping people, pulling them off social media and getting them into the Monat app, that new Monat app, because I've been using that as well. And it's just, my biggest thing is if Facebook ever went away, or Instagram ever went away, or TikTok ever went away, that you would have no way to contact these people. So I say, if you are not getting emails and phone numbers from people as a prospect, I think you're missing out. And I think it's important to have. So this is just a way to, when you're prospecting them, get them, you know, so that you have them as a list. So that's what that is. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So basically, Pam, you weren't here at the very, very beginning, but I was just talking a little bit about what my hope is that when people join, that the market partner will onboard them, or their leader and the market partner will onboard them, and just show them, like, briefly the team page. And I know, and basically I have the questions that they have to answer in order to get in the team page. And one of them is, have you been shown the team page and have you been onboarded? And if not, are you willing? If your market partner hasn't done it, I'm not saying people have to be at that level. I'm not saying people have to be, you have to work your business. I'm no one's boss, but I am my own boss. And so I want to know and be able to take that opportunity. If someone isn't doing it, I want that opportunity to do it, because I don't want my business to go backwards. So that's kind of part of why I'm starting a new team page, is just so that I have a little more reins on people getting onboarded and people getting acclimated to kind of our system here. So is there any questions on anything? I honestly thought this was going to be a way longer call, but I kind of went through everything really fast. Did I go through everything at an okay pace as far as showing anything? What was that? I don't know if someone was saying something.
It sounded like it, but maybe they were just talking to somebody else.
Okay.
No, I didn't think it was too fast. I thought it was good. I think
Okay.
it's very self-explanatory and, yeah, organized well. And so you're closing the other one tonight?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
I'm gonna put I'm gonna pin a post to the top with the link to this page and say that this page is, yeah. So I'm not trying to like hide the page from anyone by any means. I want people to
that's
come.
what I was
Like,
that's what I was wondering, like, if there's people in there that still want to do it but don't, you know, how everybody does, not everybody sees everything.
Yeah, no.
So I was wondering, I was wondering if maybe even, like it needs to be a reoccurring post for a week or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could do a few I could even schedule a couple.
Just a reoccurring. Hey, this page is going to be closing. Click this link to get into our new page or something.
Yeah, and then I'll pin it like once. Yeah, then I'll just pin it right to the top and just say, hey, you know, here's the
Yeah.
new page, blah, blah, blah.
Because so many people miss so much of
Well,
it that.
And that I kind of talked about that at the beginning too. That's part of
Yeah.
why I just feel like 1,500 people in the team page, and I'm going to guess there's probably 50 people that work their business at this point. You know what I mean? So I think the Facebook algorithm like says, well, this page people aren't interested in. And so,
Right.
and I know there are people in there that aren't because they're not even market partners anymore. So I just
Right.
wanted kind of like a fresh start, and I'm working my business like a fresh start right now. And so I'm just like, okay, let's just ixnay. It kind of makes me sad because like that's, you know, that was the baby from the beginning, Pam. And
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, and there's only like what, I don't know, 20 people in the new team page. 22 people. So
Yeah, but I think we'll get more. I mean,
we
it's not
will.
gonna be 1,500, but
No, right.
yeah,
Exactly.
it'll get more, but yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
like,
but
it's gonna take.
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Go ahead.
interrupt. This is Janelle. I'm on my phone. I had to listen, Naomi, because I was driving,
Oh,
but
that's okay.
but I was on. So no, first of all, I think like awesome for all the work you put into it. That's awesome. And then I was gonna say that, I mean, what'll be nice too though is it'll be more, for lack of better words, an intimate group
Yeah.
too then, you know?
Mhm. Yep.
And that's nice because it, like you said before, I mean, you kind of get the same people commenting and all that, and then like, I don't know.
Well, yeah. And like Pam said, if people, I mean, people aren't probably seeing it. And I think that is because when you have 1,500 people in a group and 20 people are commenting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's just, you're not going to get the traction that you are when there's a lot of people engaged in a group. So if we can get our percentage of people engaged up, I think it'll kind of boost the algorithm and people will start seeing things more. And, you know, I know things get missed and no fault of anyone's, but I also can't message everyone directly in Messenger and let people know things either. That this is my form of communication to everyone. So the page needs to be effective. And so that's, you know, kind of why.
No, it's awesome. Yeah.
I didn't want to confuse anyone because I know there's been so many changes with like Anne's team page and Julie being on Telegram. And I just didn't want to do that. But I also was like, I had been thinking about doing it since probably last fall. So I'm like, well,
I will tell you, just on a side note, I'm not in Anne's band, but we use band for dance team and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying like, it's
not like a Facebook group.
No, I mean, it has its purpose, of course, and everything. And it's an alternative, right? But it's just not, I feel like I definitely don't see things in it as much, or I don't know. And I don't know if it's a notification setting. I mean, it could be user error, right? But I just don't love it. So I'm just saying you're not alone.
In the new market partner Start Here guide and guide 1, I did add her band page link in there because I don't want, again, I want people to, you know, if they want to be in there, that's great. I'm going to grab as much as I can. But again, I'm only one person and I can't guarantee I'm going to get everything. But like when she has an onboarding section in there that doesn't have anything in it yet. Once she finally puts files and stuff in there, I'm going to grab them and put them in our page. But the link is here if anyone wants to hop on it. You know, it's under the guide 1, part 1 about team page, and, you know, click on that and it'll take you to her band app. But I agree. I think it's not as usually user friendly as a group. It just reminds me of a Facebook Messenger message with 1,500 people in it, and it kind of makes my brain hurt a little bit. So, but I understand why they're trying to pull things off Facebook too, because I know Julie in particular, she has a very strong opinion on things. And I think she's gotten banned one too many times. And if she loses that, she loses all communication with her team. So she had to find another venue to be able to communicate with her team. So I get it. But I don't post stuff like that. So I'm not worried about my Facebook account getting shut down. So we're going to use Facebook.
So are you Telegram it can be overwhelming. There's sort of two channels. The one channel is super overwhelming if you like it is like a giant group chat with way too many people talking. But the main sort of part of her Telegram is only what she posts. But she, I think, also hasn't been doing as much herself. The trainings that go on in there, she posts a lot of Anne's trainings. So a lot of like the stuff that Anne's doing, she'll enter in like the Zooms to hop on with Anne's stuff. Occasionally, like Sarah Reed or a couple of other leaders under her are doing some stuff, but she hasn't been super
and that's
involved.
why I kind of only put Anne's page in there, because I figured, well, I know a lot of us, we've had team pages and then this person creates a team page and a lot of times it's just a copy paste into the new team, another team page. So to me, it's like, you know, I don't know. I think like using Anne's information as main information. And that's why I didn't put the Telegram link in there, because I'm like, well, if she's just going to copy exactly what Anne has in her group, then it really isn't worth confusing people even more and adding them to another thing. So I just figured if they want to be in band, great, because then they might catch things that I miss, because I'm probably going to miss stuff. I'm going to just be honest. And then use this team page for, you know, the recording. I mean, the calls are going to be listed in here under the events tab, which are, you know, the opportunity as well as training every week. And then we can just do our, you know, help congratulations and things like that in the team page. And then every once in a while, like if something's working for someone, hop on and do a live and tell people what's working for you. You know, I don't care. So yeah. I am not going to, I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to allow posting too, unless, I mean, I don't think there's a need to have me approving posts anymore, especially with a smaller group. So like I said, if you want to go live and do something in there, feel free. This is a resource for all of us. So feel free to share something that's working for you or whatever. So anything else?
No, so you're basically
I'm kind of
going
starting
to take Anne's trainings and put them in our page. So
yeah,
like,
so Pam, you missed that part. She has every week, she has a opportunity call on Thursday nights, and I have a reoccurring event in Dream Seekers 2.0. So you can, anytime you're looking for that opportunity call information, it's always the same. It's the same link every week and it's the same time every week. But I put it in there. And then she also has team trainings every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central. And those are in here as a recurring event as well.
okay.
And if there's ever anything additional, if I catch it, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to be honest. I'm really busy during the day at work, but I'm going to try to grab what I can and put it in here as well. But I know that those are recurring and she does them every week. And so,
okay.
Yeah. So.
Have you listened to one of her opportunity calls yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. Has anybody?
Has anyone? I don't know. I can look on Band and see if she has a recording to one, and I can send it to you if she does. If you're,
I'm just curious. I'm just curious as to what they're only 15 minutes, because you sent me the link the one time. I mean, I didn't actually, the girl never followed through because I was going to give it to a girl and I said, I think I told her to text me because she was on TikTok and you can't send links. So I told her to text me and she never did. But I did notice that it was only 15 minutes long, which I was happy about that because.
Yeah, she has them scheduled in like the calendar in here for 45 minutes. Like
really?
Yeah, it's scheduled from 8 to 8:45. But I don't know if she just did that to make sure.
Oh, I read it wrong then.
Okay, yeah, it's 8 to 8:45.
I bet I read it wrong. So they're 45 minutes long.
Which I think can be a little long, but here's my thought on it. If you've sent someone like, if this is like your third or fourth touch point with someone, like they're probably pretty interested, right? I mean, I wouldn't send someone to an opportunity call that's 45 minutes if it's the first like time that you're introducing money. I think that's way too long for someone that's not invested. But as someone that is like really shown interest, I think that would be fine as a third or fourth, like,
Yeah.
you know, they're still not jumping on yet, but now you can give them more information. Maybe it's someone who's doing the opportunity call that would be a great, like, you know, they have a great story that that person could relate to, you know?
Yeah.
Tony's been doing a lot of opportunity calls too.
Has she? Where does she?
So how
do-
long
she-
are her? How long are hers?
It depends because they'll do questions, but they're fairly short. She's been doing it with a lot of like corporate too. So like Ray's jumped on or Stewart's jumped on or like the VP of Australia's done a ton of them. So she's getting a lot of different, like she'll have market partners, but she'll have a lot of corporate also hop on. And so they, especially when corporate's on, they don't go too long.
So one thing about Ann's is she does a giveaway for her opportunity call.
So does Tony.
Oh, Tony does too. But yeah, and she posted in her, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to grab those every week because I'm just not, I'm just going to be honest. But she does post like a picture, like the giveaway raffle this last week was, it looks like Night Haven. It's usually products.
Mhm.
Night Haven. Looks like, and Berry Refined Scrub. And then the vegan retinol and an LED mirror. She had 2 different giveaways. So
Oh, okay. So I see that in her. I'm on band right now. It says, okay. So Elise, oh wait. Oh, she said send link and let them know you'll remind them in 15 minutes. It's a Zoom link, right?
yep.
Okay. And is Elise, is Tony's Zoom?
Tony's is also Zoom.
Okay.
One time, I think it was a Facebook group when it was with Ray, but there was both options. You could jump on the Zoom and actually interact with Ray, or you could watch, because she streamed it into a Facebook group, because I think there's just so
okay.
many people who wanted to get on that one.
So are hers weekly as well?
I think they're twice a month.
Oh, okay. So
I love the weekly idea just because, like, if you're talking to someone to have them wait 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree,
But
but
that
Tony does a
gives us
lot of
6
in person,
opportunities
which is why I
between-
think she has
yeah,
that way.
that gives us 6 opportunities a month to be able to have an opportunity to give someone a call, you know, have someone be on a call. So that's, I mean,
do
I
you see
feel like
those all the time? Do you see her links? Like, is it, do you
Tony's,
keep up with that? Yeah.
I have not, I didn't even know Tony was doing them twice a month. Is she posting them in her team page on Facebook or where is she?
She's been really active in her team page,
Yeah.
more than I feel like she was 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing them a lot because it was the 75 hardcore or whatever. So
Oh,
she was
okay.
posting them there to give us first dibs first, but it's something that she's continuing to do.
So I'm going to post one of last week's opportunity Zoom recording, Pam. I just posted it in the chat. I can send it to you on Messenger too, if that's easier. But if anyone wants to just look at kind of the format that she uses, or, you know, kind of how things go, you can.
Is that with Anne?
Yes, this was one of Ann's. Yep, I went into
Oh, okay.
Band and I found it. A lot of times in Band, there's a calendar tab in Band. There's a file tab and a calendar tab and a whatever. If you go into her calendar tab and you look at and you click on the previous week's date, a lot of times she'll put the recording right into that date. So that's where I grabbed it. She does
Okay.
with her team calls too. I thought about grabbing all of her team calls and creating like a repository in Dream Seekers with all the links. I haven't decided if I want to do that yet because I feel like, I don't know. I'd want to organize it somehow based on topic, and I just don't know. I haven't got that far yet, but
Yeah. Well, I think if you have somebody that's like really excited about you know, being new in the business, like I remember Samantha when she first did it, and when they really liked somebody like Samantha loved Julie Stevens, and she went and listened to every single video.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I know that's a thing. I just
So-
want to remind everyone what we have from a training standpoint. Like we also on Monate's, on our back office, you guys, we have under the video tab, there is any video you can think of from directors that talk about recruiting, VIPs. I
Hmm.
mean, there is so much training, you guys, that again, I mean, I know my face needs to be seen with you guys and that kind of thing, but we have so much information, it's like almost overwhelming. So I'm just saying, like, if you ever feel stuck and if you feel like you need like a training on something, I mean, obviously there's Ray Higdon and Bob Heilig and all those, but we have like people that are in this Monate business, directors that have been successful, that have videos in the video tab in our back office, and they're all organized by topic, super easy to find. So that's another resource for everyone too. So
Yeah.
I think we forget about those things because we have so much at our fingertips.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Any other questions about like the team page or like boards? Who's going to download boards and try it?
Yeah. I will.
Yeah, it's fun. Let me know what you think of it. I think it's pretty amazing, pretty good time saver. So, and if you guys are in there and you're like, gosh, I wish we had something like this, something that I can add to one of the ones I already created so that everyone can have access to it, let me know. Obviously, you know, you can create your own as well, but like the more we can share with each other, the better, you know, because iron sharpens iron.
What about like, would there be a place for like pictures and testimonials and things instead of, you know, having to beg, borrow and steal from other people or like your page or having to constantly.
That honestly could get really huge, but that said, I think we could create a board that has, here's a volume example. We'd have to like list everything out, what they used, you know, all that kind of stuff.
A
But
little
we
more
could-
detailed maybe
Uh-huh.
like that.
But we could, because a lot of times you go to those testimony pages and you're looking, okay, where's the volume? Where's a volume example? And you have to scroll through them all. So just having like your one example that like, if you're talking to someone, it wouldn't be like daily posting because you're not going to post the same thing every day. But like, if you're talking to someone and they said, well, do you have an example? Do you have someone that needed volume? Can you show me before and after? Then you have your go-to volume.
Yeah, because like I don't have underneath the person's picture unless it's in like the caption what they use. So then I have to go back to my page and search what did they use. So it'd be nice if there was like just a couple for each thing, and then you go, you know, oh, I haven't talked about the volume line in a while. Here's a really good testimonial. The person listed out, this is what they use. This is how long they've been using it. Versus, I mean, those before and after pictures are still great and great for stories and great for your reels. But, you know, the meat and potatoes is where you can really tell people like, this is what it is. This is what it took. You know, this is 9 months. This isn't an overnight thing, but look, it's working.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think that's definitely a possibility. So we could add something like that and share it with everyone.
I downloaded it, so I'll have to teach myself about it tomorrow.
Yeah. Go in there. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. But I think it's been helpful. So anyone have anything else?
No, thank you.
You're
You did a good
welcome.
job.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Keep me posted if you have questions. I will do,
Okay.
I'll do some more, you know, for the next like week or week and a half. I'll do some more posts in the regular Dream Seekers just to remind everyone. Remind your team members to answer the questions. I know some of the people have been with me forever, but I'm still not allowing them in because I really want them to read. I really want them to read the questions and I want them to read, you know, I just want, they need to do that because their new people are going to need to do that. And that's part of duplication. So there's 4 people right now that have not answered the questions that I haven't accepted yet. So
Well, when you invited me, it didn't ask me any questions. It literally, I clicked on it and it put me in. So there was no
So I
question.
asked Pam and Janelle and Natasha, and they said it did ask them questions.
It just
When
asked me
you
one.
sent it to me to the link and I clicked on it, it let me in right away. But
Yep.
then when I went on my laptop and because I couldn't find it because I wanted
Yeah.
to pin it,
Yeah,
then it asked me the question.
okay.
Oh, okay. I'll have to pull it up tomorrow on my work computer.
Well, if
to-
you're in there, you must have answered the questions, because I mean, I thought, well, maybe it's not gonna ask the questions to people that I asked because I'm the admin.
It was
Oh.
weird because when you sent it to me, it was this morning, right?
Yeah, Yeah.
You sent it to me and I think I was like the second or the third person to go in. So I saw, that there was only you, me, and I think Janelle
uh-huh.
this morning, just when I happened to do it. And then, right, I wanted to pin it right away. So I hopped on my computer because I had clicked out of it, whatever. And so when it asked me the questions, it still told me that there was 3 people in there.
I pinned it just now and it didn't ask me anything.
Well, maybe it's just because I invited you. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, maybe if I invite them, it doesn't. But if they click the link or someone else invites them, then it does. I'm assuming. I don't know. Oh, well. Okay, well, keep me posted, I guess. We'll go
Okay.
from there.
All right, bye.
All right, thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Talk to you later. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Yeah,
too.
bye.